Hi, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm excited to bring you another yoga class today. This time it's going to be a short and sweet leg releaser, hip opener sort of class. And you don't need any props, but if you know that you like to use blocks or a bolster for low lunge or shavasana, you're more than welcome to grab those props for yourself. But it's going to be nice and simple today. So to start, you can meet me on your mat in a comfortable seat, and you can stay seated on your sit bones like me, or you can come up onto your shins like so. Or if you feel more comfortable starting in Shavasana, you can do that as well. We've got lots of options today. And once you find your comfortable seat or starting position, just go ahead and roll your shoulders up towards your ears and down towards the floor, just drawing them away, creating space between your earlobes and the tops of your shoulders. Keep your gaze nice and soft, and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more breath in through your nose. And this time, as you exhale through your mouth, go ahead and float your eyelids closed. Continue breathing in and out through your nose this time. Just allowing your body to settle into the space, noticing any sounds or smells around you. And then shifting your awareness toward your breath. Feeling your rib cage expand and retract as you breathe in and out. Just notice the quality of your breath. Whether your breaths are shallow or deep, long or short. Yoga Sutra 1.4, Vritti Sarupyam Itaratra. At other times, the self appears to assume the form of the mental modifications. You seem to have lost your original identity and have identified with your thoughts and body. Suppose I ask you who you are. If you say, I am a man, you have identified yourself with a masculine body. If you say, I'm a professor, you are identifying with the ideas gathered in your brain. If you say, I'm a millionaire, you are identifying with your bank account. If a mother with a child, a husband with a wife. I am tall, I am short, I am black or white shows your identification with the shape and color of your body. But without any identifications, who are you? Have you ever thought about it? When you really understand that, you will see we are all the same. If you detach yourself completely from all the things you have identified yourself with, you realize yourself as the pure I. In that pure I, there is no difference between you and me. This is true not only with human beings, but with everything. You call something a dog because it has a dog's body. The spirit in a dog and a human is the same. The same is true even with inanimate objects. There is the same spirit in a stone or a wall. If I use the term spirit or self, you might hesitate to believe me. But if the physicist says the wall is nothing but energy, you will believe that. So using the scientist language, there is nothing but energy everywhere. Even an atom is a form of energy. The same energy appears in different forms to which we also give different names. So the form and name are just different versions of the same energy. And according to the yogic scientists such as Patanjali, and even many modern scientists, behind the different forms of energy is one unchanging consciousness or spirit or self. And we can think of this energy as our breath or prana moving through our body as we breathe in and out. And I invite you to set an intention for today, a word or a phrase that inspires you. Something like, I am strong, or I am confident. Lately, the mantra I've been using is, I am connected. And if you can't find something that resonates with you, you can dedicate your practice to someone you love. And keeping with this identification removal, we're going to move through space today as a blank slate. So today, you are not a woman or a man. You are not black or white. You are not a dog. Your dog is not even a dog today. You are just pure energy. Just repeating your mantra a couple more times, this time synchronizing your words with your breath. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales, dropping into your ujjayi. This time creating a slight constriction at the back of your throat, almost as if you could whisper. And when you're ready, bringing your attention back to your physical body, feeling your sit bones pressing down into the mat. Or if you're lying down, feeling your entire back body pressing down. Coming back into the space around you, noticing the sounds or the smells. And finally, floating open your eyes. If you've taken Shavasana for the first few moments of class, go ahead and press yourself up to a seat. And we're all going to come to a tabletop position on your mat, stacking your shoulders above your wrist and your hips above your knees. You can let the tops of your feet rest on your mat here, and we're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So on your next inhale, lower your belly as you lift your chest and your gaze up. And as you exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine as you round into your upper back. Inhale, take your belly down, lift your chest and your gaze. And exhale, push through your hands, rounding into your upper spine. Inhale, lower your belly, lift your head and your chest. And exhale, press the floor away, rounding into your upper spine. Make this a really dramatic arch in your back. And inhale, come back to neutral. We're going to curl the toes and lift your hips up and back, coming into your first downward facing dog. Be gentle with yourself. You can walk your dog, bending your knees, one and then the other. Just feeling length and space along the backs of your legs. And when you're ready, go ahead and find some stillness, lengthening your heels down towards your mat. And here, I'd like you to press into your palms towards the inside arch of your hands, so towards your thumb and your index knuckle. And as you do that, can you draw your front ribs toward your navel so that you're not arching your back? Reconnect with your breath. Taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Taking one more round of breath here. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful job. And on your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your toes. Take your next inhale to lift your head and your chest, creating a flat back. You can bring your palms to your shins if you need to. And then exhale, lower down, coming into your forward fold, this time taking your hands to opposite elbows. Just giving your low back a chance to release. Feeling your torso get even more heavy as you sway back and forth. And then when you're ready, come back to stillness, release your hands, firm through your feet, bend your knees slightly, and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling all the way up, letting your head be the last thing that comes up. And once you get there, roll your shoulders up towards your ears and then down towards the floor. You can let your hands rest in front of you. And so today we are a body moving through space. And we can use our energy to move this body. Take a moment to feel your feet pressing down into your mat. Feel your leg muscles turn on as you gently bring your knees out towards your pinky toes. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. Bring your navel in nice and strong. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And take a moment here to step towards the top of your mat. And once you get there, bringing your big toe mounds together, separating your heels slightly, and we'll begin to move. Inhale, reach your arms up, heart up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, firm through your feet, rise up with a flat back. Arms reach out wide and up. And exhale, take your arms down by your sides. So here we are in Tadasana, mountain pose. I like to call it Samasthitihi, your equal stance. So if I say Samasthitihi, I mean come to your mountain pose. We'll do that again. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Again, your hands can come to your shins. Exhale, take it down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, reach out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides, Samasthitihi. We'll take it further. Inhale, reach your arms out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and step back to plank. Inhale, press through your hands, round into the space between your shoulder blades, and then exhale, lower your knees. Inhale, send your shoulders forward as you lift your gaze slightly, and then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Let the tops of your feet rest on your mat here. Keep your hands by your low ribs and your elbows hugging in toward your side body. And inhale, lift through your chest, baby cobra. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out. And as you breathe out, lower your forehead down. Curl your toes. Press yourself up through tabletop. And continuing your momentum, coming into downward facing dog. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1, inhale and exhale. 2, inhale and exhale. 3, on your next inhale, shift your gaze forward, and exhale, step or walk toward your hands. Take your next inhale to lift up halfway, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, firm through your feet, rise up with a flat back, arms reach out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides, Samasthitihi. You can take your hands to your hips here and shift your weight onto your left foot, getting light in your right. And we're going to send your right heel towards your right glute. Reach back towards the outside edge of your foot and hug your heel towards your glute, lengthening your knee towards the mat. We're just warming up the legs here and standing. That way we're a little bit more open when we go into our low lunge series. Continue to breathe, stand up nice and tall, and then you can lower your right foot down, return your hands to your hips, and we'll shift to the other side. So taking your weight onto your right foot, lift your left heel toward your glute, reach back, and press your heel toward your glute, and at the same time, lengthen your left knee toward your mat. So we're still standing up nice and tall, keeping your gaze out along the floor in front of you. And then go ahead and lower your left foot. You can shake your legs out if you need to. And we're going to build onto our vinyasa. So inhale, take your arms up, heart up, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and step back to plank. And you can do the modified chaturanga that we did to start, or you can take full. So shift your shoulders forward and lower down halfway chaturanga. Inhale, pull your chest through your shoulders as you lift up, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips rolling over your toes, coming into downward facing dog. And we're gonna move on. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep your toes flexed, and then exhale, bend your knee in towards your chest as you shift your shoulders above your wrists. When you're ready, take your right foot between your hands and go ahead and lower your left knee down towards your mat. You can let the top of your left foot rest if you're comfortable there. And then inhale, rise up, low lunge. If you're more comfortable, you can take your palms to the top of your right thigh. And here you can just let your hips sink a little bit forward. Just make sure that you keep your core engaged, protecting your low back. Press down through your right foot and your left knee. Lift up through your fingertips. And then exhale. Lower your hands down. And once you get there, shift your hips back in space, straightening your right leg, flexing your right toes, and take your right thumb to the hip, your right hip crease, and pull your right hip gently back in space. You might notice a shift in the stretch. You're probably feeling it on your outer glute here or along the back of your leg. That's okay. Just breathe. Pay attention to how you're feeling though. If you feel any sharp pain, come out of the pose. I invite you back to the breath. Feeling your energy course through your body as you inhale and exhale. And on your inhale, come forward into your low lunge once again. This time, plant your left palm inside your right foot. Bend your left heel toward your left glute and reach back towards the inside arch of your left foot with your right hand. Again, you can let your hips sink slightly forward, and you're feeling this stretch now in your left quadricep and your left hip flexors. If it's comfortable, you can send your gaze back towards your toes. And again, if you have a block, you can place it under your left palm. Take another deep breath in, broaden through your collarbones. And then exhale, gently release your left foot, plant your right hand, curl your left toes to lift your back knee and step back to plank. And you can skip your vinyasa coming into downward facing dog or flow through. Shift forward, lowering halfway chaturanga. Inhale, pull your chest through your shoulders, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips rolling over your toes, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend your knee toward your chest as you shift your shoulders above your wrists. Once you get there, plant your left foot in between your hands and go ahead and lower your right knee down, taking the top of your left foot down as well. On your next inhale, reach up through your fingertips. Continuing to breathe in and out through your nose. Again, you can take your palms to the top of your left thigh if you need to. Draw your shoulders away from your ears as you lift up through your fingertips. And exhale, lower your hands down, shift your hips back in space, straightening through your left leg. And again, take your left thumb toward your left hip crease and gently pull your left hip back, just enough to feel a stretch throughout the backs of your leg. I invite you back to your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. Allow your breath to soften. Beautiful job. And on your inhale, come forward into your low lunge. This time, plant your right hand underneath your shoulder on the inside of your left foot. Kick your right heel towards your right glute and reach back with your left hand. Think about hugging your left knee in towards center, and at the same time, pressing down through your right knee, just breathing into the front of your right thigh. This is a really intense stretch. And if you can't reach your foot, I forgot to mention on the other side, but if you can't reach your foot, you can just bend your heel. It takes a little bit more muscle, but you can do whatever you feel comfortable doing. Shift your gaze back toward your right toes. And exhale, slowly release, planting your palms on the floor. Curl your right toes under, lifting your back knee, and step to plank. We'll flow through your vinyasa. Exhale, shift forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale, pull your chest through your shoulders, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips as you bring your navel in towards your spine. Press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. Beautiful job. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your right knee in towards your chest. This time, step your right foot in between your palms. Firm through your feet and rise all the way up, high lunge. You want to think about pulling your right hip back in space, just like we did in our low lunge. This time you're lifted, and think about bending your right knee so that it's above your ankle or slightly behind. Nice strong stance here. And on your next inhale, windmill your right arm down and back as you pull your left fingertips forward. Standing high lunge twist. Continuing to press down through the ball mound of your left foot and your entire right foot. Are your shoulders above your hips? If they're reaching forward, can you pull them back in space? On your inhale, take your right palm to the back of your left thigh as you reach up and back with your left fingertips. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands, step it back to plank, and flow. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, pull your navel in towards your spine as you lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Right away, we'll go to the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull your knee toward your chest, stepping your left foot in between your hands, firming through your feet and rising all the way up to stand high lunge on the left side. Again, you want to think about your knee stacking above your ankle or being slightly behind. Pull your left hip gently back in space so that both of your frontal hip points are facing forward. And don't forget to breathe. Reaching your fingertips up in space. You're doing a great job. Take your next inhale to windmill your left arm down and back, and at the same time, reaching your right fingertips forward, coming into the twist on the other side. Again, if your shoulders are pulling forward, can you reach them back so that they're stacked above your hips? Take one more inhale here, and exhale. Great job. And on your inhale, take your left palm to your back right thigh as you reach up and back with your right hand. Sinking into your left knee any amount more. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands, stepping back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips, rolling over your toes. Downward facing dog. Take another inhale here. And exhale. Great job. One more breath. In through your nose. And out through your nose. And on your inhale, shift your gaze forward. And exhale, step, walk, or hop through and come all the way to seated. When you're ready, extend your feet forward in space. We're going to start with Dandasana, seated staff pose. So plant your palms beside your hips. Flex your toes back toward your face. and broaden in your collarbones. You want to feel your sit bones connecting with your mat. So if you need a little bit more space, you can take a rolled up towel or a bolster underneath your knees to lift them up. But if you can sit here upright comfortably, I invite you to engage your quadricep and your hamstring muscles. So the muscles on the tops of your legs and the backs of your legs. They're going to be fully engaged in this pose. And then continue drawing your front ribs down towards your navel. Pull your navel in and up. Your gaze is soft at your big toes. And we'll take 5 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1. Inhale and exhale. 2, flex your feet. Inhale and exhale. 3, we have 2 more. Inhale and exhale. 4, last breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. On your next inhale, reach your arms up beside your ears. And then exhale, bring your fingertips forward as you bend your torso over your legs, lowering your palms to the floor. On your inhale, lift up, creating a flat spine. And then exhale, pull your navel in as you extend the crown of your head toward your toes. We're settling into your seated forward fold, Pashimotanasana. If you have the space, you can bring your index and middle finger around your big toes. Or you can press your palms into the tops of your shins. Or if you're feeling a little bit more open today, you can reach your palms to the outsides of your feet. We're going to lift up, creating a nice long spine one more time. And then exhale, take it down into your forward fold. It's important to continue flexing your toes toward your face and breathing. Feeling your energy course through your body as you inhale and exhale. Moving the prana. Nice, strong, and deep ujjayi breaths. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more deep breath in and exhale. Great job. On your next inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. And exhale, release the pose, sitting up tall, and you can shake your legs out if you need to. And we're going to take a reverse plank now, Pashimotanasana. And if you know that this is going to be too intense for you, you can plant your feet hip distance on the floor and take reverse tabletop. Either way, walk your hands about 6 to 8 inches behind you and take your feet forward, pointing your toes toward your mat. And again, if you're taking reverse tabletop, that's okay. Just plant your feet into the floor. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you do so, press down through the floor, lifting your hips, sending your toes towards the floor, lifting your chest, and letting your head drop back if that's comfortable for your neck. We'll take 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1. Inhale and exhale. 2, lift your hips. Inhale and exhale. Push down through your palms, strong arms. Inhale and exhale. 5. 4, sorry. Inhale, lift. And exhale, go ahead and lower down for 5. Good job. You can shake your arms and your legs out if you need to. And we're going to take 1 more seated pose before we lower down. So we're going to take a seated twist, Artamati Andrasana. So go ahead and bend both of your knees, planting your feet on the floor. And then you're going to bend your right knee a lot and send your right heel towards your outer left glute. And you can bring your left heel towards your right shin if you need to, or you can cross your left foot over your right knee. On your next inhale, reach your left arm back behind you And at the same time, reach up through your right fingertips. And then exhale. You can wrap your right elbow crease around your left shin and sit up nice and tall. And this time, as you exhale, if you'd like to, send your gaze over toward your left shoulder. Allowing this twist to originate from your navel, pressing down through both sit bones. And if your sit bones are not both connected to your mat, you can place a bolster or a rolled up blanket, something underneath your sit bones to lift them up so you can press down. If you're feeling a little bit more open today and you'd like to take a deeper twist, you can bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee and lift up through your chest. And again, send your gaze over toward your left. That step's not necessary though. If you're comfortable, stay where you are, reconnecting with your breath. Can you take a deeper inhale and a deeper exhale? And at the same time, releasing any expectations that you have for how deep you're going in your twist. Instead, just inviting in the sense of peace that comes with the focus of your breath. Great job. On your next inhale, shift your gaze forward. And then exhale, slowly unwind your twist, uncrossing your legs and planting both feet on the floor. Sit up nice and tall, lengthening through the crown of your head for just a moment here at center. And exhale. Great job. And we're going to take the twist on the other side now. So this time, bend your left knee a lot, bringing the heel of your left foot towards your right outer glute muscle this time. And then you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. And if this is where you'd like to stay, you can. Or you can bring your right arm back behind you and inhale, reach your left fingertips up in space. And then exhale, wrap your left elbow crease around your right shin as you lift up through your chest. And on your next exhale, send your gaze towards your right shoulder. Again, if your sit bones are not both pressing down, find something to lift up to sit on so you can. You can take it a little bit further, bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee if you'd like to. The most important thing here is to continue breathing. Take one more breath here, in through your nose and out through your nose. And on your next inhale, shift your gaze forward. And exhale, slowly undo your twist, uncrossing your legs, and come back to center, planting both feet on the floor. Inhale, use your hands against your shins to pull your chest up, lengthening through the crown of your head. And then exhale, release. Sending your feet towards the top of your mat, scooting your glute muscles towards your heels. Take your hands to your backs of your thighs and slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to take one round of bridge pose before we do our supine twist and shavasana. So go ahead and walk your heels back towards your glutes and turn your palms to face down so they're beside your hips. Slightly pigeon toe your feet towards center. And on your inhale, press through your feet to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And if you're comfortable here, just continue pressing down through your feet and your arms. If you'd like to, interlace your hands underneath you and come onto the side edges of both of your arms, lifting through your navel and also through your chest. Here, can you release your outer glutes? And at the same time, remember breathing. Feeling your ribs expand as you inhale and retract as you exhale. Press down through your feet. We have 3 more breaths. Inhale And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. You're doing a great job. Last breath. Press through your feet. Release your glutes. Inhale. And exhale. If you have your hands clasped, go ahead and release them, slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Once your hips make contact with your mat, go ahead and pause, allowing your spine to adjust to laying on your mat. And then when you're ready, take your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side, massaging into your low back. You can even take your knees in little circles if that feels like a better massage. I know sometimes I like to do this because rocking side to side doesn't really do the job. And when you're ready, come back to center. Drop both of your feet down towards your mat and heel toe your feet so that the side edges are on the side edges of your mat. And then go ahead and extend your arms out wide in a T shape or bending at your elbows, coming into a cactus. And then we're slowly going to lower the knees over towards your right side, keeping your feet where they are, and just shift your gaze over toward your left shoulder if you'd like to deepen the twist. If you're feeling a little bit more open and you'd like to twist deeper, you can go ahead and bring your right heel to the top of your left thigh so that it creates a little bit more weight onto your left thigh. Again, that's not necessary. Once you've found your supine twist, go ahead and float your eyelids closed. And we're still breathing in and out through your nose, but see if you can soften just slightly. Release the space between your eyebrows. And notice if you're holding any tension in your hips. And on your next round of breath, can you let that tension go? Inhale, shift your gaze and your knees back to center. And then exhale, slowly lower your knees towards the left and gazing over toward your right. Float your eyelids closed once again if you haven't done so already. Taking the version of supine twist that suits you today. Just connecting with the cadence of your breath. The consistent in and out through your nose. And on your next inhale, shift your gaze and your knees back to center and pause here. And then we're going to hug your knees in toward your chest one last time, this time getting into such a tight ball that your forehead lifts toward your knees. Squeeze every single muscle that you have in your body. Get really, really tight. And then exhale, release everything down toward your mat. Bringing your heels as wide as your mat, letting your toes flop out to the sides. Turning your palms to face up towards the ceiling. And notice as your back body just settles into your mat. Lengthening the crown of your head by readjusting your head along your mat. And this time, take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, release through your mouth. On your next inhale, close your lips but part your teeth. And release the control of your breath. Just allowing it to flow in and out naturally through your nose now. Float your eyelids closed if you haven't done so already. And release the space between your eyebrows. Take one more moment to scan your body from your toes all the way up through the crown of your head, allowing any remaining tension to dissipate as you do so. And once you've completed your body scan, just releasing any attention on your thoughts or your breath, just allowing your body to soften into your Shavasana. And after a few minutes have passed, I will ring my singing bell to reawaken you from your peaceful slumber. Begin to take a slightly deeper breath. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin circling your ankles and your wrists. And take the next few moments to make your way over onto your right or left side. And once you get there, allowing your head to be supported in your right or left palm. And just notice as your body settles back into your mat. Feeling the support of the floor beneath you. When you feel ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And meeting me here with your palms together at heart center. And bow your head slightly to keep your practice humble. Behind the different forms of energy is one unchanging consciousness or spirit or self. That is why, if we could calm our minds and get to the basis of all these modifications, we would find the unity among everything. That is the real yogic life. That does not mean we are indifferent to the changes and become useless to the world. Instead, with this experience of universal unity, we function better. We will have happy and harmonious lives. Only then can we love our neighbors as our own self. Otherwise, how is it possible? If I identify myself with my body, I will also see another person as a body, and the two bodies cannot be one. They are always different. If I identify myself with my mind, nobody can have a mind exactly like mine. No two individuals have the same body or mind, even twins. Ask the fingerprint experts. They will tell you no two fingerprints are the same. But behind all these differences in the self, we never differ. That means behind all these ever-changing phenomena is a never-changing one. That one appears to change due to our mental modifications. So by changing your mind, you change everything. If only we could understand this point, we would see that there is nothing wrong outside. It is all in the mind. By correcting our vision, we correct things outside. If we can cure our jaundiced eyes, nothing will look yellow. But without correcting the jaundice, however much we scrub the outside things, we are not going to make them white or blue or green. They will always be yellow. That's why yoga is based on self-reformation, self-control, and self-adjustment. When this reformation is accomplished, we will see a new world, a harmonious and happy world. That's why we should always keep ourselves free from these wrong identifications. I invite you back to the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. And repeat it to yourself once again. And allow this intention to carry you through the rest of your day, the week ahead, or even the weekend, whatever day it is for you. And know that you always have access to the peace within by focusing on your breath. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. My heart is filled with gratitude to be able to share this virtual space with you. The light in me honors, lifts, and respects the light inside of you. Namaste.